Here we go again, you think by now I know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush looking into your eyes. Playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? My God, don't we look good together? I should be running away, but so what, whatever. Oh, last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush looking into your eyes. Playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my
Hello everyone, it's Cathy Zilski here. Welcome back to my channel and my studio and my weekly live stream. Cathy makes a card. Hey, good to see people popping in. It's nice to say hi to all of you. I see Libby. Hey Libby, what's up with you? Well, I am looking cool today because it's been very hot here and the temperature broke, but here we go. It's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna take a quick sip. Mm. And we are going to get started today. I would like to welcome Altenew, who's here today. And it might be Nicole in the chat, not sure. But Altenew is going to be here today because we have got some cool things to share with you. And let's get started with the promos because I have a great promo today. Very excited about this. And it is this. Altenew is going to give a free perfect picker to anyone who spends $79 or more at the store. And all you have to do is use the code CZX Alt for Fun 5, and you can get that added to your box. So if you've never tried the perfect picker, it is a lovely tool, and I'll show you. It's a lovely tool. I have it here. Um, we all know pickers are great for sequins and booping, but today I will share with you why I love craft picks also for all of the other things you can do with them. Well, it's all a good thing. But that's not all. Wait, there's more. Also today, I wanted to remind you, so Monday this week, I went live with Nicole at Altenew, and we talked about Cozy Comfort Retreat that's coming in the fall. I made a card with the die set that's part of my class that is going to, those aren't the cards you're making, but I made a really cute card. I threw in a few extras and I made this fun card. And if you want to see that, you can watch it. But also, we are offering more codes for registering, and you can save $100 off the class price with Cathy 25 Live. This is only good for another day, I believe. So if you are thinking about joining us, I will tell you the Cozy Comfort Retreat is a really cool event. It's very chill. We want you to have fun. We don't want you to be stressed because it's all about cozy and comfort. And all of the information you need is in the YouTube description box. And also there is a blog post today that goes with this live stream, and I have all the information repeated over there. So if you always get confused about where's the information below the video, I know it can be confusing because I swear YouTube changes how they do it quite frequently. So that's that. Now we are going to get started. So those are the specials, and I will remind you at the end, but we're going to go to the table. And also, I just want to thank you for being here. Had some tech things. I had this camera wasn't working. I thought I was going to have to buy a new camera because I had read up on it and they said, oh, it's probably the port itself. Luckily, it wasn't, so I'm really glad that I did not have to do that, okay? I have a new computer. I got a new cable for the die cut cam. We'll see if it works. I mean, it's not the most critical piece in the world. I mean, oh no, the color changed on that. Okay, all right, I gotta fix that because I think now wait, now it's looking like it's streaming crazy again. All right, hold on, friends. This is not gonna work for me. I need to change something. Wait, how do we change it? Oh, hold on. Elgato Facecam Pro. It should not be 60. I'm going to quit this completely. We're going to lose our face cam. Hold on a second because this happened when I was looking. I know, hold tight. See, this is what happens. You test things out, you think you're good. My frame rate is set to go. It just completely changed the lighting. Well, you know what? That is going to happen. High quality video mode 5.9. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, the die cut cam just changed the whole lighting scenario on my table. So I apologize for that. You little stinker. You are a stinker. Um I know. See, it was all light and bright before, and now it's all shadowy, and that is not what we wanted to have happen. It's gonna be fine. Okay, we're not using die cut cam today, although if I did start it up again, let me just talk to you for a second. There's always tech things that happen, and I don't think it's going to allow me to change my stream rate, camera hub, Facecam Pro, input, output. Yeah, all right. Well, here you go. We're gonna quit it. Anyway, thank you for being here. Okay, we'll get started. It makes me mad though because I can't. I mean, I don't think you can change it while you're midstream. And this is really, see, this is where I have some differences in how I like to do my video and making sure everything's working. And it's the best I can do today. So we're going to do this. Okay, let's just begin. So today I am going to use this amazing stencil set called Stencil Art Serene Landscapes. Now, this is a beautiful. I know. I was no, it's not the light from the monitor, Mindy, because it's all white. It's literally 60 frames per second. I had it set and ugh, okay. I'm not going to restart the live because then you'd all need to come to a new link, and that I don't have time for. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this is a stencil set, and I am going to be creating a winter antidote to what do you call it? To the winter antidote to heat. That's what I'm doing today. And I'm going to be using this stencil art series. Now, one thing I want to point out, and also I'm going to be using the Cozy Homes layering die with these dies to make a house. Now, a little interesting note is that if you subscribe to these, like you can subscribe to the stencil art, you can subscribe to Creative Cuts, and when you do, you save money. I wanted to point that out because some people, just like getting a card kit, it can be so fun to get something in the mail. And so I just wanted to point that out. I'm actually going to unplug my Elgato cam. I hope this doesn't kill my live, but let's see. There we go. I thought it would make a difference. It doesn't. So you're not going to see any die cutting on camera today, but subscribing and saving. All right. I've got some things planned. And I'm just going to have to get over the darker because it just looks darker on the edges. But hopefully, you know what? Maybe I'll just turn up the brightness on my monitors. No, it looks like crap. Um I'm always learning. Okay. So we're going to set the dies aside. And we're going to bring in the magical tool, a big old mat. I mean, how does it look on camera? It's not horrible, right? As Gina would say, I guess it's better than horrible, but I just want you to know that it normally looks much better than this because it's lighter and brighter. And actually, you know what? I can come in here. No, it's locked all my settings. That's so weird. Up. Oh, they're a little brighter. It's a little better. What are you gonna do? Okay, I have a piece of cardstock. And this is just some Nina Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound. Now I have cut this to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 tall. I will do my glasses too. And I am going to trim it down, but not yet. Oh my gosh, my glasses are filthy. Kathy, help me. Hold on. This is becoming, I I just put them on and it couldn't see anything through them. Oh, okay. Did I mention that I am a professional live streamer? I really, there's always something. Is that better? That is worse. Okay, let me get a clean one. It's like someone came in here, sprayed a thin layer of oil. Okay, now we can see. Oh my goodness gracious. So, let's get started with ink blending because this is a beautiful set. Now, inside this set, there are all the stencils, but also this is something that I love that Altenew does. They give you layering guides, they show you suggestions of ink colors, they show you how these things work. And if you are starting with something new, let's say you have not seen this video and you want to try something, honestly, I really do appreciate the fact that uh, this comes in packaging. And I had a little meeting with Altenew earlier in the week, and I complimented them on their ability to pack easy education into such a small space. Because as a graphic designer, I know it's not easy to do. So you can always just say, I'm going to use these guys. But what I'm going to do is different colors, and I'm going to use the stencil in a way that makes sense to me. So this is stencil number 1, and of course, I am creating a mountainscape, and I'm going to line this right up at the top and just stick this down. Now, I don't know if you saw the video I shared where I shared a little hack where I was using my Altenew center alignment guides to line up stamps, like not just paper, but they're also great just for masking. So you can just, slap them down, they stick, nothing's going to go anywhere, and there you go, right? You have instant masking. I like that too. Now, I want to start out with my darkest color because my goal with this card, it's very sticky, is to make a night sky. Now, just to make sure nothing shifts at all. Oh no, that one's going to be fine. Yeah, I've got some satin tape, which I will probably use, but we're going to make the most beautiful night sky. Actually, that's not true. That's too dark. We're going to bring sapphire in. We're going to start with a little Persian blue. All right, now I don't always go with the bigger brushes, but sometimes when you have a larger space, it can be nice. Now, today, I will tell you, I shy away from dark, bold colors. I don't know why. Um, I and today is going to remind me why bold colors are great. Because let's see here. It's just it's okay to go dark, and that's my message today. So I'm going to be bringing this on to start building up my night sky. Hey, Amy Rasavi. Amy, I was having tech issues today. I bet you can't relate to any of that. You know, in terms of technology, it's like live streaming shouldn't be hard. Emphasis on shouldn't be, but sometimes just things go wrong. Also, wanted to tell you next week when I go live, my class for Simon Says Stamp, the free class that I'm teaching, is actually a week from Friday. I am not going to be streaming with the same intro music and setup because I have to use a different piece of equipment in order to have everything sync up beautifully. So next week there won't be any singing in the beginning, but hopefully that will make sense and everyone will be fine with it. It's yeah, it's all going to make sense. Okay. Yeah, the tech. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna take Persian blue out for now. And I think, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna use the big brush for this. Also, I don't have a ton of these Altenew brushes. That actually signifies that this is blue. But I have like 9, and that's enough to cover the rainbow. So now we're gonna bring in our little sapphire. You just wipe them off in between. Okay, let's get our dark brush. Also, so these I have stopped trying to match them to my colors, um, because I'm just looking at the color. In fact, I'm gonna show you. Oh, where are you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have now just decided that this is it. I'm just going to look at the tops of my brushes, and I know I have a ton in here, but this this holder is really cool. I mean, it holds all you need. And I even have, see, some I haven't used yet, so I filled in some empty spots, but I really do like that. Let's put you back there. And now, even though I have a label on there that at one time I thought I would have them all, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going with whatever the color looks like. So this is such a firecracker color that I am going to come in slowly and build some sky from the top down. You know, the night sky, that's one of my favorite things. Oh, by the way, did I mention this is winter themed? I This is your antidote to the heat and humidity that is enveloping much of the United States if you live anywhere but the West Coast. You know, I'm a West Coast girl. Oh, Deneen, thank you so much. Fighting the tech gremlins, let me tell you. When I thought I was gonna have to get a new camera, that would have been, an at minimum, a $1,000 purchase, and that was not in the budget for this month, and I had texted my husband and we "I don't wanna spend the money." He's like, "Kathy, try some other cords." I tried the last cord I tried, it was fine, and I don't know why it's working. It could stop next week. Oh, that's how it is. Okay. So yes, this is the night sky thing. When I start to get into holiday and winter cards, this is really more of a winter theme. But this could certainly be the base for a beautiful holiday card. Of course, you know who's special that you're going to send these to, right? It's not everybody. Not, oh, Jennifer, I've missed you so. We need to text. You were not, you were gone. That's a line, by the way, Libby, if you're still watching, tell me what movie this is from. You were gone. If Libby can guess that, she's the smartest person that I know. You were gone. Okay. But here, see how I'm leaving just a little light along the line? Okay. Oh, well, Meandra, you can come back later. Yeah, it'll be here. It'll be alive on my channel. All right, I think I've done a good, uh, you know, whatever, but I just wanted to leave a little light there. But see this, even though I didn't get close, I'm using these to protect my cardstock and it's saving on Post-it notes, even though technically, you know what, it doesn't really matter. I can use Post-it notes till the cows come home. But it's cool to have. Oh, it's Mitzi in the chat. Hey, Mitzi. All right, from Altenew. I'm gonna just wipe a little of this away, and that is like literally the most beautiful night sky ever. I'm gonna wipe you too because I don't think I'm using you yet. Now we're gonna open this up. And I am not doing anything here because I want there to be a strong contrast in the color today on my card. And that's the thing. When you have a stencil set, you don't have to use all of it. But here's one of my favorite uses for a craft pick, the perfect picker. Also, I think it's pretty because it has the little crystals inside, but it's to pick things up off your mat too. I hate digging. I hate digging with my jewels. And so anytime you can start an edge, oh, look at that. So crisp. That's another reason. Also, it will stick mostly to my mat. Let me clean this. I refilled a little alcohol. It's see, this is it. This is probably the darkest ink, I think, that I've ever blended in my life. What did I just do? Oh my gosh. There's some weird things happening in my studio. Everything just disappeared. Oh my goodness, and then it all came back. Oh, Kathy. Okay, can you all still see and hear me? All right. I don't know. I've got the gremlins, I tell you what. But yes, I think this is the darkest color I've ever used in my life, other than, black ink. But we're going to clean that and we're going to set this aside up here. Now, we're going to come in with the next layer. And again, I'm doing some selective layers. Um, and wait, did the sound change? Are we okay? I just saw a comment. Anyway, you never lost me. Thank you so much. Uh, I was always there for you. When you were ink blending and there was only one brush, I was ink blending the other for you. I don't know. Libby, did you make it? Yes. 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 You were gone. Let's all give a round of applause to my Twilight sister in arms, Libby Hickson. She knows. She knows. All right. There we go. Thank you, Libby. You were gone. So that's me to Jennifer McGuire. She's my Edward Cullen. She's the Edward Cullen of crafting. And the funny thing is, she doesn't like Twilight. Oh gosh, I love it. Okay, again, let's get that little friend. Oh, let me see. I got a question from Amanda. Amanda says, I'm going to do my best here. When you go dark and saturated the paper, does the ink bleed through? Um, no, not on the back, the ink, and not through here. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, because I have the stencil, it's secured down, it doesn't bleed through. Now, I have seen that happen. It's not happening to me today, which is a beautiful thing. But yes, that can happen. It just depends on your ink and how juicy everything is. So you kind of have to play it by ear. All right, let's close that out. All of my comments used to go down by themselves, but now not so good. All right, the reason I'm doing this is I don't want this stencil to shift at all. So spare the rod, spoil the adhesive, you know me. And we're just gonna throw that over our back. Okay, now for this color, and I am gonna hold this, even though it's dark, I'm going to hold this down for the next color, which is going to be, is it the Persian blue? No, it's the Caribbean sky. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring in a little of this color, but it's going to stay lighter at the top. So what I am attempting to do is to make a mountain that looks like it has a little snow. And actually, I just saw a question from Angela Bear. After I wash my grip mat, what do I set it in to dry? I just lay it on top, and I can't show you because I the die cut cam. I just lay it on top of here, this little boon thing, and it drapes over the sides, and it's kind of slid under my desk, and it dries, and it works pretty well. All right, we're gonna come up. Let's keep that there so you can see the color. And we're going to bring this up. Now I'm just blending from the base because I want my mountains to be blue. Here's the other thing too. When you have something like this, you can follow the guides that Altenew provides, or you can do what I'm going to do today, which is a super monochromatic look. Um, I love just kind of sticking in one color family mostly to do stuff like this. So you don't have to invent too many colorways, right? You can do this. True story. I am going to roll over that meander. Thank you for that. The other day I was having a conversation with my family, and someone in my family, I think it was my son or daughter, used the term colorway. And I just started laughing because I know it's a fashion term, it's been around. However, whatever happened to just saying the color palette? All of a sudden, colorway just became, it kind of moved into the crafting vernacular. Does that make sense? And I remember thinking, okay, colorway. I just thought it was funny. All right, this is all I'm doing here. I want to preserve that white like that. Okay, pretty cute, huh? All right, now we're going to lift this up. And now we have a little road. Now I'm going to keep the same color here. Yes, that drawing, that Boone thing, again, I learned about it from Jennifer McGuire. That's, Jennifer McGuire said, "Hey, you might like this." So I did. Mm. Oh, actually, Joe Clements has a great point. I heard that too, that someone said they put their large mat onto a cookie sheet. Hmm. I wonder what Jennifer does. What would Jennifer do? How do you wash and clean your mat, Jennifer McGuire? I'm gonna miss your answer, but all right, we're gonna come here, and now here's another reason a craft pick is your best friend. When you have a stencil that might have a little flop piece, sorry, I just saw Jennifer's comment, that you're worried you might go under, you can use them to hold things down. And that I think is really helpful when you're trying to make sure that you stay in the lines. Okay. Arletta, I put the nubby side down. Yep. That is how I do it. Now here we're gonna come. We've masked off up there, and we're just gonna make our little snowy path like this. Okay. And I'm holding this right here just so I don't go underneath it. Because you know how sometimes, right? Stencils have a lot of little fluffy details. And yes, you can use a product like what's that stuff called? The spray stuff, Pixie spray. But I don't love using that. I mean, yes, it holds everything in place beautifully. But look at this. You can actually blend right over your pick, and it's going to allow you to get in where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, people? Like that. And that way, you're not going to get your brush underneath. So the craft pick, yet again, proves its value. All right. Oh, poor Emma. Emma and Beth are my moderators. They are here today. They help, they answer questions. They're lovely people, but Emma has been out in the heat because of car issues. And I'm glad you're here, and I'm sorry that you're sweaty. Please drink something cool. All right, I'm going to lift this up now. So we protected that, but we didn't really need to do all that masking because it's the same color. But again, if I'm trying to show something, that's what I do. Oh, I just saw that Teresa Q, she washes them with Dawn soap and hangs with a clothespin. That's another thing. I mean, you can just hang them to dry. If even if you have a pants hanger, you can do that too. And it's just to let the air dry. If you have a pants hanger, in fact, you know what's great about that? Just put it in your closet where hopefully there's no dust, and you will be happy. All right, let's lift up our edge here with the pick. And now our scene is beginning to come together. I don't know how long this video is going to be today. I did a couple things ahead of time. I did my die cutting for my house, which you will see shortly. I mean, I will, because I have to do some ink blending, but what am I looking for? You. Also, I don't use alcohol on my mats. I only use it on the stencils. I use water on the mat. Oh, it says Josie's in steamy Ohio. It has been humid here, and even though the temperature has dropped, it's still super thick out. I don't know if we're ever going to have cool weather again. That's a joke. We will. It's Minnesota. Okay. How are we doing out there, everyone? Welcome. If you're just joining or if you're hanging out, and here we are, and we're doing things and we're having fun. So I'm actually going to take now which stencil? Oh no, this is stencil 3. So for the next stencil portion, and here's what's great. These are so easy to line up. Just take your time, cover that white area, lock it right in like this. Now, here, I'm just going to kind of replicate what I had on the mountain below. Okay, so we're just gonna cover that up. I guess I could cover this too. I'm not too worried about those because I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna do a couple different options, and hopefully it will make sense. But I'm gonna take the same Caribbean sky. Before I dip in and get more, I'm just gonna see what's on the brush. That's all. Because again, I want a whiteness. I want to separate from the mountain above. but I don't want to do, I don't want to do a ton more here. So sometimes you have enough on your brush to make it work, and that looks good. I'm not going to go all the way up. I'm just going to stop it right about there, maybe a little higher up. Okay. Mountains, majesty. All right, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to add something really dark. And so, oh, I guess I do need to cover this just in case. We're coming back and we are going to bring in some sapphire mountains. Now, this is hot, 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 meaning color wise, but this is like, oh, this is so cool. All right, so we've got our stand of trees. If your stencil, even if it's a little bit down, it'll be fine because this is going to be so dark. It's going to cover everything. Now, just to make sure, when you have something with all this detail, make sure, I'm going to tap a little off here too. Just make sure your stencil's pressed down. Even though I'm secured and masked, I still want to make sure to go gently but firmly to make this beautiful stand of trees. Now, with a stand of trees, you could go lighter because lighter means it's further off in the distance, but I'm not going to. I wanted dark trees, and then I'm going to do more trees, and it's going to be a beautiful day when we're all said and done. I think. I could be wrong. But look at how it's just the color. I'm not a these aren't primary blues, but like these are true, some really true blues. I don't gravitate towards them very often. Also, earlier talking about the bleeding underneath, I'm laying down a good, a goodly amount of ink, but this is going to look fantastic. Look at how beautiful that is. Darkening it, and then you can always just what's on your stencil, kind of push it up and in like that. Oh my gosh, it's so stunning. All right, set, lift, and we'll clean these off. Here's another thing too. When I start, this is the thing. I guess this is what it, oh, that's not your cleaner. Sometimes I think I'm such a neatnik, and that's why I don't do the dark colors because I find myself uh like freaking out that all of a sudden I'm covered in ink and you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just me. Is it me? I'm getting better at it. Oh, yeah, see, that's how ink's gonna go everywhere. There you go. All right. So I'm gonna clean this off. And before I do something, I'm gonna explain what's next. All right. What's next is I want to give this ink a little second to dry. So I'm actually gonna move on to another part of this image. And again, there's so many ways with this set. If you look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? I did that. This is the thing too that I love about layering stencils. And there's a poll in the chat trying to the people inquiring minds want to know how many of you what your counts are on layering stencils. The thing that I love about layering stencils, it's an affordable, like they're affordable. They're not super expensive because you've got plastic or whatever it's made out of, the mylar. But like it makes you look like you know what you're doing. And it gives you the ability to be like, oh, yeah, I just threw that together. And I just think that's very cool. Now I'm going to come back with, which one is it? Is it that one? No, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, is it that one? Yes. Yes. No. Wait. How did I want to do this? Hold on a second. I got to come back to the oh, there we go. The first one. Now, I want to add a tiny bit. No, it's not that one. Hold on. Nope. Did I misplace one? No. Okay. Nope. That's good. Wait, why am I not seeing the one I need? I just want to cover a little bit right here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, it takes me a minute sometimes when you've got so many pieces. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I want the snow to stay. Thank you. See, you got a little stencils over here. I want the snow to stay in its place. And so all I'm going to do, meaning white, I want to preserve white, but I just want to make a tiny connection to the path. That's all. Just a little. Just so that it gives it, and it'll make sense when I take it away. Like I don't want anything down there. Just a little. Like that. Okay. And it will almost like it's blending into nothing. Just a little, maybe up a little too. That gives us a little, just a little dimension. All right. Some of this too, excuse me, is trial and error. And I will show you something at the end that will show you an option. See how it just gives that path a little place to go into like that? It's exactly what I want. All right, now before we move on to this next blending step, I'm going to lift this up. Oh, it's so pretty. Not good? Isn't that good? Look at me. Aren't I good? Sorry, I didn't mean it to come off like that. I really, okay, a little water here, and I'm just going to take this towel and wipe it up. That's the thing. You can use water, obviously, to clean your mat. But what I want to do now is I've got some die cuts, and what I need to do is add color. Oh, Kelly, thank you so much. Little super chat. Okay, I'm going to bring this in here. Here are some things that I've already cut. Now, primarily, oh gosh, see, it is a little, let's bring that brightness down. There we go. That's a little much. It'll be fixed by the next live. However, uh, these pieces, most of them I'm going to keep white. I pre-die cut some things because I figured it would be really easy to just do, but I want to show you this. No, it's not this one. Oh, where are you? Here we go. So again, on these, this shows you how many to cut out, gives you color suggestions. I mean, if anything, it's just showing you how the pieces go together. And all of the dies are labeled with numbers and letters. So it's easy, like it's a lot to work through. What I did is I took out all of the dies that I needed for the one house that I wanted to build. So sometimes when you get a set with all these little pieces, it really can help to just separate some things out, break it down into a manageable chunk, which is what I did. And again, because I wanted to create this nice little winter feel, my house is going to be very simple. So I'm going to make one of these layers yellow. This is buttercream, just for the glowy windows that are going to show up both here and here. Okay, so these don't get color, but this one does. And so we just blend. Because I didn't have a cardstock color that I wanted. And when you don't have the right color, go to an ink that you love. And I know that buttercream, it's warm, it's rich, and it's just the right thing to kind of poke through a window. So I just saw someone say they love a home renovation show. Interesting. Have I mentioned this before? There's nowhere you can watch it, but I was on the DIY channel in 2003 on a show called Kitchen Renovations. If you've been around with me for a long time, you might remember that because I was a scrapbooker and they referred to me as a noted scrapbooking personality. And we had our kitchen remodeled on TV. They made it look like we did it, but we didn't do any of it. It's so fakey. Kathy's going to install the blah, blah, blah now. No, Kathy isn't. Kathy's going to sit down and sneak around the side of the house and take a smoke break while the contractors do it. That's literally how it came together. But we have those memories. And one of these days, I'm going to get the videotapes transferred to disc so I can actually watch because it's been so long. Oh my gosh, we had to replace everything in that kitchen, by the way. I mean, it was beautiful to look at, but nothing lasted. So, kitchen renovation shows. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Okay, I think this is good because all I wanna make sure I mean, honestly, this is technically overkill, but that is my glowy window. And I wanted to do this thing before really moving on because there's a couple things that we are looking at here. Number one, I want to show you the guide builder because it's helpful. Okay, so here, see how I made my little yellow right there? Now I'm going to cut it. I know, it's pretty crazy, right? But we're going to cut it again. Pick. There we go. Jewels, not tools. We are going to cut, and I'm going to cut in just a little because this is really just going to be a background. Boy, the light is so weird in here right now. I'm so sorry. We're going to fix that for next time, but because it's so much warmer than what you're seeing. In fact, I'm going to bring it down from here just to 0. That's a little, yeah, it's a little better. Okay, so now we can glue this because I've got to come back and do some other things. But while we're here, I like that I can actually take my grip mat and I can start building some of these things up. Now there's a house back here. This is the base house. It's the base. There's a lot of pieces. But I'm gonna tell you, okay, Carrie Clark. No, that's what's crazy. So this show that we did, we got a kitchen for $5,000. And when I say a kitchen, we got new floors, new appliances. They gutted the kitchen. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. No, yep. Did I just do this completely wrong? I needed that piece that I cut off. Okay, sorry. I don't know what I'm. Don't talk. Don't talk and do things. You know what? If I mess this up, it's okay because I have another house that I can do. So what we're gonna do? Oh yeah, I what house cut base? Oh, I needed to make an extra yellow base. All right, hold on. We're gonna do it. Let me get you one more. This is what happens when I talk. Not you. Um, sorry. And it was on the DIY channel. I'm gonna cut this house really quickly. Where is my house? I had it backwards. I'm not gonna show you this on the die cut cam because die cut cam is dead for all intents and purposes today. Anyway, so they didn't charge us more than $5,000. The $5,000 was for contractor insurance. That was it. So we got an entire new kitchen, appliances, hardwood floors. It was crazy. Concrete counters. We didn't have a lot of choice. We kind of didn't, we vetoed a few things because they were going to do blue appliances, cobalt blue, and I'm like, over my dead kitchen body. All right, we're going to move this. And other than that, come here. You come over here for now. That's all we had to pay. So what they learned was we are losing a ton of money by doing this. All right, here we go. I needed a little more of this. The show itself. Now I needed a background for the upstairs windows. So this is the main background. Okay. And the reason we're going to do it this way is because we need to have some height. Okay. How are we doing out there? This was in 2003. So, I mean, it was a long time ago. Now we're going to glue some things. Anyway, they came in and we filmed for a couple weeks and they made it look like we did all the things when we didn't do any of the things. They were all super nice and it was really fun. It was a really fun experience. I'm not going to lie. I loved it. Um, and it's just one of those things, you know what I mean, that I have a scrapbook about it and I will always have those memories. And the kitchen, I mean, okay, they did change a lot. Like they changed a lot. But then here we got to wiggle just a little. But then we decided to remodel the entire back of our house in 2010 using our own money, and we were not on a show. So Okay, now we take this piece because we have to create a few different layers here. And we're going to come back. So part of why I wanted to bust out and do this is because as soon as I get the house glued, let's go like this. We are going to, and this piece is the back of the lower piece. So this gives your house some really nice dimension. And the reason I dipped this down just a little, in fact, oh, I should have dipped it a tiny bit more. I think it's too late. I did make a backup house and come down. There we go. I think I'm going to be fine is because this has to go there on top. So see how it's like that's the front of the house and the back of the house and all these good things. All right, let's zoom in a little. Now, I do not need this, so let's put it away before I glue myself. Now I have these little cute things that I'm going to pick up right here and glue these guys. I'm going to show you a little trick too. Um, I realized this the other day. When you glue onto a grip mat with liquid glue, you don't even need to clean it up. Just let it sit. Oh, did I do the wrong side? I did. I'm gonna have to use the bonus house. Oh, it'll be fine. Okay, we're building up some dimension on our house windows like this. Oop, I'm gonna press that down. I went on the wrong side, but that's fine. And you as well. If I just let this dry after, and you can, here's the other fun thing too. You can just kind of pat, pat, pat by lifting your mat. Um, then you just let it dry and it'll peel off with an adhesive eraser or your fingers. See, that's why I cut this down just a little because I want the windows to have clearance. See how that's coming together? All right, it's a little washed out today. And now, well, I guess I could take that and just kind of potch it through. That might not be enough liquid, but it might be. And we're going to put you on top. Yeah. Okay. So you're just building up a house. And I will tell you, once you build one, then you know how to mostly build all of them. Now I say that, but have I proved that today? No, it's just because talking and crafting, normally I'm pretty good at it, but today I'm feeling a little less good. Um, I will tell you, this morning when I was having breakfast, I was reading an article because I read my news in the morning, and there was this thing that said, "Go take anyone can take this memory test, and it'll just give you some estimates on how good your memory is and blah, blah, blah." And so the first part of the test was like, oh, piece of cake. That was so easy. Second part of the test, what they didn't explain was, and by the way, I'm just putting more of these things on. They didn't explain it was a word pair test. They didn't explain there was going to be 12 word pairs. That I thought it was going to be like three. So it's like when they kept coming across, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this today. So, you know, I'm good at some things, but maybe not that. All right. Now our house has detailed windows. Look how cute. It almost looks like a little church, but it's a house. All right. And that is that. Now there are doors here. But oh, I need to put the snow on. There's also roof line dyes, but if you are like me and you're not going to do anything fancy, you can just skip the roof line and this will work just fine. So I'm going to skip the roof line. Also, there's a couple different snows in the set. So it's not hard to figure out which snow line or snow cover goes with which house. Oh, come here. It's right on that edge though. And I'm going to take my share handmade kindness, put this here, and then there's one more. All right, how are we doing out there, everyone? How's your day? You know, how many of you were like me last night? I went to watch Gina because I was working, I was preparing my live, and there was no Gina. And I'm like, oh, and she should take time off. I should take time off. We all should take time off in the craft industry, but sometimes, you take time off, there's no backup plans. So, Right, Jennifer McGuire? Now here's the thing, if any glue oozes out, it's fine because it will look like snow. Here's a tip I wanted to share earlier. I keep this and a paper towel, and I will put some spray alcohol on it. And here's what I do with my little bottles. Every time I'm pretty sure I'm done gluing, I will wipe that off. I will take my little corsage pin, I will wipe that off, and I will pop it back in. Now, here's the reason I share this with you, and you can just keep this in a dish off to the side because I never get clogs in here. I never replace these bottles. They work like a charm. There you go. Oh, Barb, that's good to know. Yeah, I thought to myself, there are things I can remember, but that one was like, I can't, no, I'm not going to do these. So I didn't. Now, I'm not going to put the door on until we finish the card because I don't know what color is going to look best. But there's my little house. Yeah, it's really blown out. And I'm gonna set this aside and that will dry. I don't even know why I ever tried to clean it because you don't need to. Okay, we're gonna bring this back in now. And we're going to do the winter sky. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can use gouache if you like. This is this is awesome stuff. Today, I don't really feel like getting as messy. I will show you a sample at the end to show you the difference between gouache and using just pigment ink. So now I'm going to bring back a couple of things. Number one, come here, stencil friends. I need, oh, come here. I got to dig through the stencils. Hold on. We're getting messy. Stencil, 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 not you. It's right here. Now we're going to add some snow or stars, like whatever you're feeling, right? I'm going to say it's probably mostly a combination. Let's say it's a combination. And I have a brush here. I should put a sticky on here. This is for pigment ink, so that or white pigment ink specifically for exactly this purpose that I'm going to show you. Oh, I guess I didn't do that very well. Let's you know what? I can't find that other I can't find that other thing. I'm just going to throw a post-it down. Okay. I wanted to wait till this dried just a little, and I just have a little pigment ink. Now, here's a little tip too. There's a lot of tips. I'm going to smush some of this down onto my mat because sometimes you can transfer your ink and if you just pick it up off the mat, it's not going to pick up the color and muck it up. I'm just going to push this through the stencil. Okay? Just so that we have something that looks white in the sky. And the thing that's cool about this way, now granted, you have to let pigment ink dry. It does have to dry. So you got to keep that in mind. If you go to stencil over this with something else, it's going to smear and smush and you don't want that. But it's a great way to add a subtle little look to your piece. Now, I'm going to lift you up and you, and I'm going to let it dry. Come here, Picky. There we go. And I'll show you how it looks. It's so pretty. So that's just a little bit of star in the sky. Now, I'm going to let it dry while I do the other stencil piece that I need to do to finish my panel. I'll clean this up. Someone asked me how often I clean my towels. I saw that question float by. I try to remember every week when I'm doing laundry just to come in here and grab them. And sometimes I do. I have a ton of them right now, and I think they're all dirty. So that's not good. But see, it's really subtle. Now you're gonna get a different look with ink spatter, but the thing with ink spatter is um, you can set it up to ink spatter by bringing in your stencil, right? Let's flip it. No, that's right. I just have to get it in the right place. You can get this lined up, mask off everything else, and just spatter in that location. It will look great. And it works great. I've done it once. when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do today. Now, the other thing I want to do today is I want some trees because, okay, in true theory of distance and foreground, these would be a little lighter, and then these, what I'm going to do down here, would be darker. So kind of bear with me because what I want to do, I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to need to cut. So let's, yeah, I can't visualize sometimes where something needs to be until something is cropped. And that's okay too. You don't have to, where's my pick? You don't have to do it all at once because sometimes this is going to be enough. Now, I'm going to lift this up for a second. Pop you on the floor. Oh my goodness, there's things everywhere. And I'm going to figure out my crop. So let me grab some dies. Well, you know what? Let me grab these. All right. I'm going to use my cropping panels to show you how to visualize some things. But see, this is a really simple use for, is that too big? That's pretty big. That's larger than I thought I was going to go. But maybe I will. All right. So I put the crop on. This would be a 3 3/4 by 5 inch panel. And then I'm going to take my house. And all of this other ink is dry. And now, see, this is what I was thinking. You put your house like that. So you're taking your little ice skating path into the house. And that white is so pretty. I actually saw a card that was done. They have samples all over the Altenew page for each product. And Michelle Short had a really cute card with much softer colors, but she had a white house. And that's kind of what inspired me to do this. Now, what I did off camera is I'll show you the stamp set. I used this little, it's called Sleigh Ride Greeting Set. And it's actually designed to go with a really cute sleigh die set. But I thought this little "Here's to Snowy Days and Warm Hearts" would be a really sweet greeting for a card, for this card. And I stamped it in sapphire. I didn't want gold. I didn't want, I just wanted it really simple. So what I need to do is actually cut this before I want to add some trees to the foreground. But I think when you see it, you'll agree it needs it, and it also adds something kind of cool. So dies. All right. So I am going, and also these panels I made myself. There's a link in my description that says cropping panels. If you click on that, it will take you to a blog post where you can download. All you need are dies in the sizes that are on the panels, and then there's an outline. So you can just put it in your paper trimmer and cut this to size, and then you take your die and you just cut them out. All it does is it just gives you a wider margin view to really help you focus in and see what it is you're cropping down to. So easy peasy, breezy. And now I have to shift this a little because I want to have more of, well, do I want more of that? Hold on here. That's where you can bring your things, bring them back in. Don't hesitate. And then I'm going to come up more because I want as much of that sky as I can get. Maybe even right there. Okay. Ooh. Well, I put a tree behind the house. No, I'm not. But wait till you see the trees in the foreground because I think you're going to like them. Okay. I'm going to get this ready to cut. And sometimes when I want a really crisp, clean cut, I'm going to take this. Now, I hope that my stars are dry. They're close, and I'm actually going to layer in some more in just a second. But even if they get smushed a bit, that's okay. I'm going to cut this out and run it through. All right. All right. Back when I was a scrapbooker, I had cropping square, or yeah, cropping squares. They're just L shapes that you could pull together and crop in, it was helpful for cropping photographs. And so it's a similar idea. It just helps you to I'm throwing things everywhere. It just helps you to visualize what it is you're doing. And I'm all about visualization, let me tell you. Okay. Oh, did it transfer? Oh, yeah, it did. So also, here's the thing. This is pigment ink. Again, you got to be mindful. If you're cutting with pigment ink and it's not dry, just double check your plates and make sure that you are going to be good to go. Now, here's what we're going to do though before we move on. I'm just going to bring this back in quickly, like this, and I'm going to add one more layer of sticky. I'm going to add one more layer. Did I get ink on that? Well, I may have. That's okay. Of stars. So we went this way the first time. I'm just going to flip it. You can kind of see through it where you want to be and press. Again, you're going to want to mask. I do have one of my L's here. Oh, there's the other L. They go missing because they're clear. And get that white ink again. Where did you go? There's a lot going on. I'll give you that, but it is fun. Vicky, it's your birthday today. I wonder if I sing happy birthday. Oh, you know what? This is my dirty pad. I'm going to pick it up. I wonder if they'll let me sing happy birthday. Yeah, I think so because it's free license. Or what is that called? Not free license. Do you know what I'm saying? It's songs like, like Amazing Grace, like songs that have a public license because they've been so old. Happy birthday to you, Vicky Donnelly. Happy birthday to you. I always do this to my friends because it's really off key. It's me doing Marilyn Monroe. Happy birthday, Vicky President, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so now I'm watching that one right there. We just added a little more. It's out of copyright. Thank you, Beth Weiss. Thank you for that. So you could do this a few times to add a little more to your sky. I mean, it's a little blobby, but that's okay. They're stars. Stars are blobby. And I need to put a lid back on like that. So some will be brighter and some will be darker. And heck, you know what else you could do? Oh, I just thought of this too. To fill in a few more, you can use a pen. Royalty-free public domain. There you go. Yeah, it's like, there are songs that you can't use music on YouTube. That's other people, it's weird. And I wish I knew how all of the influencers that are like, like the big time channels that use little bits. You could also just add in a few dots also with a gel pen. So now you've got bright dots, small dots, hazy dots. Isn't that fun? Little ones, etc., etc., like that. Yeah, just a few. I'm not great with random, but you could do that if you wanted to put some on your what is it called? Your trees, you could. I'm not going to for now. Now, I am going to also a Q-tip and swirl them to make them look glowy. Amy, who you're so artsy compared to me. Okay. Now hopefully I'm not going to mess too much up here, but what I want to do is I want to put a tree at the bottom. Now, in true art theory, this is where you would go dark because things that are closer are darker, but it's going to be great. I need something in the foreground to kind of anchor the design, and so we're covering our path. This is like I love watching Bob Ross do stuff like this when he adds like a dark tree right into where you're like, "What?" And then all of a sudden you're like, "Of course that's where it should be." That's what we're doing here. We're adding a dark tree in this beautiful sapphire. Mm, that, my friends, is just a firecracker of a color. See that? Oh, what's happening? We're adding happy trees. Now, let's add another. Let's add another right down here because we're going to build a wee forest. Now, see how I'm bleeding it off the edge like that? It's called a bleed, a safe bleed. One that's a safe way to craft and no one gets hurt. We're adding another tree like that. Also, I'm going to give this card away on my blog, and uh, that way, if you would like me to send this to you, I will. Last week's card, the winner was Diana Holtz. I think I'm saying that right. And I posted that today on last week's live stream, so I'll be sending that card to you, Diana. And I just pick at random. I enter all the number of comments left into the random number generator, and that's how I get a number. So in my mind, we are looking at one gathering of trees and two more trees down here. See that I mean, I don't even know if I want to do anything else. Isn't that pretty? All right. No hemorrhages allowed. That's right. Okay. So yep, we have happy little trees, and that is the panel for my card. Now all I have to do is build it. So let me clean first. Also, thanks for joining me today. Also, if you're watching on replay, I appreciate you coming back to watch. I know that, not everybody can take lunch off from work and watch. Luckily for me, this is my job, which is why I do them during the day. Plus, I'm not as good live at night. I don't work well at night. Really don't. I know it would be nice if I did go live in the evenings, but that's just kind of like gonna hang with the hubs and watch our shows. We're gonna watch some shows, and that's why I do that. However, I will say, uh, there's a couple things coming. When and if the day comes that I roll around to 90,000 subscribers, Dan has agreed to do a live stream with me. He will work behind me. I will set up a camera so you can see what he's doing. We are going to do it in the evening. He's may have a cocktail, so he's loosened up. Well, he's not uptight. And we're going to make a card together and chat about our lives. That should be, well, it should be something. So tell your friends and neighbors, subscribe to Cathy's channel because good things are coming. Okay, I have my greeting. Now here's what I don't know. This is why I cut extra doors because I don't know which door I want. I do have a note card prepped, and let me grab that. Oh, let me grab. Actually, let's do the foam tape first. This is my new foam tape obsession. I absolutely love this width, and this depth is perfect for panels, especially if you have any warpage happening. I don't, because this is just ink blending on heavy cardstock. But if you what's the word? Heat emboss, sometimes your paper can get warped, and this really helps to just flatten everything out. Okay. But yeah, Dan and I are going to go live. He's actually he's actually not here right now. It's just me and my son, although he's at work. But Dan's up at our family's little lake place. It's a little house up north, and there's my hair. So someone's getting some hair that they won't even know is in there. Um, and he's not here. So what that means is it's much cooler in the house than it normally would be. Okay, I've got a note card prepped, and I've got a little ink on the back side. Let me stamp this. And okay, see, it did transfer. See some of that? You got to be mindful of that. When you are doing pigment ink, you got to let it dry. I'm going to show you the difference between what I did. And look, your card that you're getting from me is going to have a little schmutz on the back. I want to show you the difference between using the stencil and drawing some on, and the splatter or spatter with gouache. I did this last night. That's gouache with a paintbrush. Okay. So I used a number two, or that's a number one. I used a number one round, put it in the gouache with water and tapped it on. So it's a different look. These actually look a little glowier with the stencil because you're pushing it through. Um, but yeah. So that's last night. That's what I did last night while I was playing. And that's when I realized I added too much color into that part of the stencil because I really wanted this to feel separate. So they're not all perfect out of the gate. That's just how we roll here. All right. Here we go. Wait, Beth, you used to be a police officer? You got stories, girl. And now she comes here and helps me. Okay. I am going to stand up. I'm going to plop this down right in the center of the note card. Pigment ink, though, you have to let it dry. Dye ink, it's going to dry. It's going to be crisp. But up here, that's where I get kind of nervous and I'm like, maybe I'll just, hold on here. Maybe I'll give it one of these. There we go. Okay. And now we just have to place our elements. So again, our little house goes here. And I don't think this needs to be popped up because it actually has that extra dimension built in. So we'll just do a little bit of this. Now, on a card like this, I would not be leaning into embellishing with, I don't have like anything in white. I don't think embellishments would be needed on this. So in that way, is that where we want you? Yeah, we're right on the bend. I'm covering up a little bit of that blue. Oh, let's bring in my ruler real quick to make sure the house is straight. When you don't have a ton of elements, there's nothing wrong with making sure you are straight. Okay? Yeah. I wanted to cover that little bit of tree line back there. And then we're just going to pop this on right here. Okay, so that way we have our little, actually, you know what? Do I want to go just a little over the trees? I kind of do. I kind of want, well, now I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to make sure it's got some clearance. Okay. So I'm going to hold this here right here. And now we have created our scene. So this is what I love about the layered stencil is like I've got so much going on here and we've got to pick the door. That will happen too. Let's put you right there. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. The door. That's where I need your help. That looks pretty straight to me, right? Yeah. All right. Letting you stay. So we have three options for a door. We have gold, we have silver, and we have brown. Let me show you each, okay? Now I want you I know, I don't, Tanya, I got you. I got you there. Okay, oh, I don't have the blue done. I could, but I'd have to ink blend it. There's that. But what about a silver door? Ooh, because it's, the blues. Huh? Silver door. Okay. And here, now I think I tried a light blue door. What I wonder is or they're gold. I don't like gold. No brown, red or green. That would be really hard for me to do. And I'll only tell you why, because it would be really primary for me. And I don't like for me, that's just me. I don't think I could do it. The silver the reason I thought silver is just because it's blues and colds. I don't think it not silver. Mm. I mean, honestly, okay, let me show you this. Let's take, don't I have yep, hold on. Let me get a little scrap cardstock and show you something. Let's try something else. Okay, hold tight. Where's the door? We're gonna bring these in. Dig through and find my door. See, remember how I said they're all numbered? So this says 2A. It's backwards, but you can kind of figure it out. I will cut this because I kind of want you to see what would it look like if it were white. Because maybe that is all it needs. Maybe it needs a tone on tone. I don't know. I didn't cut that. I wasn't thinking. And yes, you know what? I think you're right that maybe there is a little bit of clashing happening with the silver and yellow because yellow is warm. Or, okay, so take a look at this. Also, craft pick. Why do we like them? Because we can poke them out just like that. What about just that? Look at the texture and the tone. You see, because my lighting is overexposed today, we could do that and then put the little white frame around. Gray would be awesome. And blue. All right, let's blend a blue. There's no reason we don't have time to do this. Okay, we're going to pop you on. I'm going to blend a blue. But I'm going to blend the dark blue because I tried the light blue last night and didn't love it. Unfortunately, I don't know where I put it. And that happens. That happens sometimes. All right. Now, I need to be careful that I don't go all crazy with ink blending and then get it all over everything. But what if I did? Okay, you go there. Here's a little shortcut hack. If you ever need to just blend something really quick and you don't feel like bringing out your mat, just grab a Post-it. There's things falling everywhere. I'm going to try this in the blue. And gray could be nice too, but let's just get a blue door like that. Okay. And I want to get all sides of it so it does seem blue on all sides. Okay, let's set that there. And let's see if I have a scrap of gray. Hold on. Maybe I have gray. I don't. Okay. I honestly don't know what cardstocks these are because this is from my scrap bin. But I have two different grays that I could try. We're letting blue dry. See, this is the kind of thing that can drive you. See that might be pretty. Let's try the lighter one. Oh, that's not a die. Where did I put the die? Where's the dice? Did I misplace them? Okay, there's a dish and it's here somewhere. There it is. Gosh. Let's cut one and see. Mhm. Cutting it out. It's the little things. Oh, white door and blue arch too. I would have to ink blend that blue. See, here's what I love. That there's always different ideas, right? For things that you could create with a card. Now let's pretend picking you up and popping you right there. So that's a gray door. Kind of pretty. Huh. You know what? Let's look at the blue door now that it's probably dry. Okay. And again, I'm going to put my die back in here. I don't think I'm going to go darker. Um, and we're going to come here. So we see that, right? And again, the lighting in here is different than it usually is because I screwed something up in the beginning. But that's with a blue door. Oh, what do we think with the blue door? It has a little blend to it. What do we think? I could even put a doorknob. I could. Okay, there's a lot of the gray looks weird with the yellow windows. And again, it's much warmer in person, but because my camera flipped to 60 frames per second, it got all mucked up on the coloring. It's a someone said that's a huge door. You know, it is, and I actually wonder, let me look in the set here if there is something for the handle, because wouldn't it be cute if there was a little door handle? I think that there is. Um, oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on. I got a little thing I can cut. There's so many dies in this die set. All right, hold tight. We're going to do this is going to bring it all together, people. You you are going to believe in the magic of die cutting. Okay, there you go. I'm not even sure where those are supposed to go, but check it out. This is going to be adorable. Okay, I think we have the finishing touch. Now, of course, I will take pictures of this card whenever I finish it, and I'll share those with you. I actually, the blue drawer is making me really happy. Now, see this little guy? Oh, they're all so tiny. This is why we like our craft picks. We're gonna poke out some little tiny dots, and these are going to be for the door itself. Let me put you back in my dish of dies. Don't go too far, Kathy. Hold on. I keep losing my dish of dies. You stay there. Watch. I'm going with the door, the blue door. So thank you for that suggestion. I think it's really pretty. We're going to add a little liquid, and then we have to add the frame around the door too. Also, if I don't use your suggestion, please don't take it personally. I love that everybody, this is the thing, people have so many opinions, and I love it so much because we're card makers. Of course, we have opinions. Now, there's a little door frame. This little guy is so little, but we're going to put him on, her or him. I am losing it. Yeah, I look forward to taking the photographs because it is fun, although it's just so cloudy here today. That's okay. No complaints. Now we're going to drop you right on top, and this will frame out the door. Isn't that cute? It's hard for you to see here, but what if we went like this and just took one of these and put it right on the door like that? The door handle. It's a huge door. I'm going to do it. I don't even know what side we would put this on, but I'm going to make sure they're flipped. They're so small. I'm going to use my little glue wiper and make sure we don't get too much on here. Okay. Just a little dab will do ya. Right there. And then I'm going to pick this up, make sure it's curvy side down, craft pick to the rescue, and press that down. Did I put it on the right way? I don't know if I did. No, I think I put it upside down, didn't I? I can't tell. I put it upside down. Hold on. Let me redo that. That's so small. Let's try again. There we go. Okay. Little door handle. There we go. I am a watchmaker. See me roar. There we go. Right like that. And there's our door handle. And that is our finished card. Isn't it fun? I mean, okay. Again, my lighting is really wonked out today. I apologize for that. Usually it's just spot on mostly, but look at how fun that is. So that's a lot that goes into it. But like, this is basically a monochromatic card with one little bit of yellow. I love yellow for windows because I feel like it's warm and it's inviting. And oh yeah, sorry, boop. Because I should have booped that one. But that's the finished card. And yeah, okay. So again, I wanted to remind you of today's special with Altenew, and that is the free craft pick. So if you don't have a perfect picker and you like this style that has, one end of the poker is the poker and one end is a little wax head pickup tool, by all means, check it out. But that is if you're planning to shop, you can get this with any purchase of $79 or more. Use the code in the graphic. I have it listed in the description, and I also have it on my blog post that goes with this. And also, don't forget to check out the live that I did this week if you are interested in joining for the Cozy Comfort Retreat. So that is my finished card today. And I appreciate you all for being here and thank you for your help. Some of these cards take a while. But I still think this has a simplicity to it. Um, you know what I mean? And I think I might actually end up turning this into a card too, because I do think that, no, the spatter's just different. Yeah, all right. So there's a gel pen that can do that, and there you go. And this is hopefully going to make me feel a little cooler today. Look at how tiny they're so small. Because you know what? It's hot out there, friends. It's hot. Now, I don't know what's coming next, to be honest with you. I have no idea what video got coming next, but I've got plenty on my channel with the card kit that I shared recently. Of course, this live, I'll go do the pictures and all the things. I wanted to thank Altenew for coming up with this promotion for me today, for sending me these beautiful products to work with. And of course, for all of you, oh yeah, the poll, for all of you for coming, all of you stencil loving people, let's see what the results are. End poll, and it says, okay, way, okay, way more than 20%, 20 stencil sets. That was the winner today. You are my people. What are you gonna do? We love stencil sets, but I will say this has changed the way I approach crafting because I never thought of myself as artsy. Now look at me. You can't stop me. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today. And I will get photos in the next hour. I will update my supply list. And if you want this card, I will send it to one of you who will leave a comment on my blog. Again, you can find that link in my YouTube description. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. And I will see you back here with another card project soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today for my live stream. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you, so hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a few more videos you might be interested in checking out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.